want another class will do price action, but now we want to DXY index. Okay, yes, I talked about that. I talked about that. Price action, we're going to do it another time. Okay. So first, let's start with let me clean this chart. Let me use this one. Okay, this is trading view. I love using trading view because it's friendly. This is MT4. This is Traders Way MT4. It's actually complicated because you need to have to pick everything, how to use trading journal. I'm going to teach that too. How to draw this line is not friendly, so I don't like using this one, okay? I prefer using trading view. So, but if you can use this, good. Some people are good at it, but I'm not good at it. I prefer trading view. Trading view is more friendly. I map out my chart here, then I go to my trading view and I do what, and I enter my chart. Now you see how clean my chart is. I actually don't like using indicators. Please don't write on my screen, please, okay? I don't like using indicators. You know, Femi is a military man. So if you write on the screen, he's going to remove you. If I see your name on the screen, I'll tell Femi and Femi will remove you. So please, please, please do not write on my screen. Femi, please, can you help me clean this? You know, I'm not a techie type of person. So anybody that writes on my screen, if I see your name, I will say it out and Femi will remove you from the class. And I will not just remove you from the class, I will delete you from the group because we are not here to play. We're here to learn. Okay, Femi, please, can you help me take this off my screen, please? Okay, now for you to get to trading view, let me,
Just continue. I'll use my laptop to connect so that I can control your screen.
Okay, please help me to remove these things. I don't know who did this. I don't know how to take it off. Now, for you to go to trading view, it's actually, there's actually an app, but use it on your mobile phone. It's not always, I don't like mobile phone trading because you don't see the clearer view. But if you come to your Windows or when you come to your laptop, you go to your Google or Mozilla and just type trading view. It will bring it out like this. You click on it. If you've not signed up, you need to sign up. You can see my name there, my picture. So if you've not signed up, you need to do what? You need to sign up with trading view so you can have your own stuff interface like this. Then you click on charts. You can see where it's written chart here. Click on charts and you do this. To bring out to bring out a chart like this. Why it has this chart is because I'm working on gold. You see that I'm working on gold, so it always saves the last work that you did. It will save the last work that you did. So I'm working on gold. That's why you see it still say gold. So let me use another pair that I'm not working on. GBP. Let me use Euro USD. I think I marked up so many charts. I don't know if I've marked up this. Euro USD. Oh, beautiful. Let me clean all this. You can see I did this thing when I don't know. But let me wipe it off. So that's how trading view looks like. These are the tools where you're going to use in working with trading view. All here are the tools. If you click on this place, this is the cursor. You can use it for those who want to use dots. You can use dots. You can see the dotted line. It's just for you to touch and get any view you want. I prefer the arrow and the crosses. So this arrow, the arrow, you can point anything you want to point. It's easy to help you locate it. Same thing with the arrow. And this is where you get all your angles. You want to draw your trend line, anything you want to draw, horizontal line, vertical line. I start the one I use most often. My trend line, my horizontal line, my vertical line, arrow, and ray. You can see when I start them, they came under here. So if you start anyone, let me start this cross. If I start this cross, you'll see it's going to appear down here. You can see it here. So it's a short, instead of me going to select it, I'll just come and pick what I want and continue with it. Now here also you can see where you can get your shapes, rectangle, rotated rectangle, ellipse, triangle, and all that for those who want to. My chat is blinking. Give me 1 minute. Let me check this. Yeah, TradingView has an app. You can download it on your mobile phone. This is the web version of it. Okay, you can download it on your mobile phone. All the same features are the same on the mobile phone. They're just like it's smaller. That's what I mean. Now these are the shapes where you can get your shapes and all that. Then here is for your text. If you want to type, you want the arrow. You can say I highlighted text because I normally type, so I use the text button here. Notes, if you want to type in notes, anchored notes, anyhow you want to design your, if you click on it, you can see, you type what you want to type. If I say okay, this is my TP. Maybe I type it message there. It reminds me that there's something there that I need to do what? Delivered as marked. That's just what that is. Let me delete it. Here is where you get your patterns for those who know how to draw structures, head and shoulder. You know, I told you I'm going to teach you structure. We'll do that later. You can draw your patterns, your Gatli pattern. If you know how to draw it and calculate it, this is where you're going to get your shapes. If you know your Elliott wave, how to count your Elliott wave, you just pick it here. Let's pick one. Let's try one. Let's try 0, 1, 2, 3. Good. No. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now this is an Elliott wave. You can see it. So the correction A, B, C, it continues where it's going to. That's just what Elliott wave is. These are where you can pick your tools and do what you want to do. Here is your long position and your what? Short position. If you're doing your take profit, let's do it. Let me show you. Let's see. If you place it here, you can drag it to know how many pips from where your entry is. So if you enter here, let me reduce this. Now you put your stop loss below here. You put your, if you see all these, if you go online and see those people that have, what's it called? Those platforms where they show you how to trade, take profit, join my Telegram channel. You see how they use these tools. They show you how, okay, when you get here, take profit, you can see how many pips count, 598 pips count from here to here, and 58 pips count from here to here, and that's good. So this way you get your tool. Even if you want to do it for your short positions, the same thing. Your ranges, price, and all those stuff. Then arrow key, you get any arrow you want to use in describing anything, you get it here. Your ruler is used to calculate pips as well. You can see. You want to calculate my pips. See, look at it. Look at it. You want to know how many pips from here to here, to give you the number of pips, to give you the number of bars, that's candles, and to give you the days that candle has actually, from here to here, how many days? 65 days, 12 hours. From here to here, the number of candles here is 273 candles, just from here to here. The number of days for this candle to form and all these things took 65 days, 12 hours. So this is the work of all these tools. Here is to zoom in and zoom out. You can see, if I want to zoom in, let me click it again. You can see it zoomed in clearer for me to see. If I want to zoom in again, I'll just highlight it. Highlight it, zoom in, and it show me a better picture. It's the same thing with the, okay. All right, that's, then this your weak angle, strong angle. I hardly use all these things. And if you want to lock your charts, let's say I have a drawing here. Maybe, let me give you an example. I drew this and I want to lock it, or just lock it. When you lock it, you can use it to draw as many as you want to draw. I won't have to be going back to click on it. I'll come back, do whatever I want to do, click it. You see, I'm not going back to pick it because I've already locked that tool that I'm using. That's the work of the lock there. But if I unlock it and I don't click on this thing, if I do this and I don't go back to click, I won't be able to do what? To draw my chart anymore. That's the work of the lock. That's the same thing here. Then this is Let me say I draw something on my chart. Let me say I draw this. And I decide I want to see something here. I decide to do what? Close it. It will disappear. But that doesn't mean it has deleted. It will just disappear for me to work without drawing. Then when I go back to do it, it will come back like that. That's the work. Then this dustbin here is to delete all the work you've actually done. See it here? Here are the time frames, different time frames. This is a 4 hours candle time frame. That means it takes 1 hour for each candle here. It takes 1 hour for each candle here to form. My chart is blinking, please. Sorry. I need to check. My chart is blinking. Give me 1 minute. Please recap. How did you add the toolbox on my screen? Okay, the toolbox. That's fine. That's one for laptop and that's for phone. Please, somebody say my voice is cracking. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, type 7, please. Type 7 on the chat box. All right, thank you. I guess it's your network. Okay, this toolbox here is just from okay, let me delete it. To take this toolbox out, anything that hide favorite toolbox. Now, if I want to, if I click back here, it will show me the toolbox. You see this star here? If I tap on it, it will hide it. Now, for my toolbox to come out, I need to star what I'm using. You see all these things that I'm starting. If I unstar everything here, if I go back and unstar everything I don't use, the toolbox won't come out again. You can see, if I unstar it, the toolbox won't come out.
Madam, please, can you give me a minute to quickly clear your screen?
Okay, you can do that. Will you obstruct anything? Okay, I think I still have this and this. So if I click on this, I'll start this. Click on text. You see, if I start everything, you won't have any toolbox there. It will just disappear. But by the time you start all those things, it will come up by the side of your screen. You won't have to go back go back to this place to start picking every tool. You just have your tool nearby. So this is your camera. If you want to snap this chart, just like the way I normally send it to the group, if I click on this camera now, it will say copy. If I click on this copy, it will copy it. I'll post it on Telegram because WhatsApp won't bring out a picture. So if I post it on Telegram, Telegram will bring out the picture and the link. I will click save the picture and post it on WhatsApp, just like what I do. That's how it says here. You can save your chart. Then this line here, this is what you can use to squeeze your chart, drag it down or release it up for you to get a better view. I'm sure you understand trading view. Okay, all right, Femi, I've stopped. You can do that now. All right, Femi, let me give you a few minutes to clean this thing that somebody drew on my screen. Okay, if you understand what I just did, how to get to trading view, please can you type 6 on the chat box, please. If you have any question about trading view, let me know before I continue. Femi, can you go on and clean it? Okay. All right, now you can see the monthly time frame. Charles, please don't type on my don't write on my screen. I'm seeing your name popping out on my screen, so I won't have to ask Femi to delete you. So now here you can change your candles. This is Hikinashi candle. If you know about Hikinashi, this is Hikinashi candle. This is your bar chart for those who uses bar chart. This is your normal candlestick, and this is your line chart. So I'm going to teach you how to do what? Identify your support and resistance zone using your line chart. Now this is a monthly time frame. That means it takes 1 month for each candle to do what? To form. That's what the time frame means. That doesn't mean that it's going to take 1 month before it hits your take profits. No. You just take 1 month for this candle to form. Now these are where you can click on it. You can see it here. I usually don't. These are inbuilt indicators that can actually help you. I usually don't use it. I'm not an indicator person. Here also, for you to get indicators, moving averages, and all that. If you need them here, this is where you get it. I don't use all those stuff. If you want to go back, you click here, it will take you back. If you click here, undo, it will take you forward. You can actually rewind, replay your bar. Let me show you. I don't actually use all these things, but it doesn't add anything to my chart. You can see I've cut off this part. If I click on play now, it will start playing. Let me increase the speed. You can see it will start playing there. You cut up what has happened in the future so you can understand how the candle moves. It will be playing for you. You can increase the speed. Let me increase the speed. So that's what that replay is. Where are you lost, Gladys? Which part are you lost? I'm just explaining trading view. I've not even started a lecture. I'm just explaining trading view, back testing. Okay. Sorry, 1 minute. Let me answer this call. Hello, sir. I'm fine. Can I call you back, sir? Please, I'm in a meeting. I'm actually doing a training. Yeah. Thank you. So this let me stop this back testing. You're in a chat play mode. Do you want to exit? Yes. Now see what I'm talking about. If you click here, I want to go back. I want to cut off the future and see what happened in the past and see how it played. That's what I want to do. So what you will do is just come to this place. You see where the play is, bar play button. You tell me the candle, from which candle do you want to cut off? You say I cut off from that place. So if I click on play, let me increase the volume so we won't have to waste time. So if I click on play, you see it's playing on its own. This is not the present candle. This is an old stuff. It's just playing to tell me what has happened in the past. You can fast forward it like watching a movie. You can see it. I fast forwarded and it came to the future. That's how it works. You don't need it necessarily, except you are doing a video. You're doing a video. You're teaching, and you want to show people how candles are moving. If you enter a trade, maybe you identify the trade like this, and you expect price to fall. Let me give you an example. Let's say you did this in the past. This was your past analysis that, oh, price is going to break out from this zone. This has not happened. This fall has not happened. So you're teaching that you're expecting price to do what? To break out and the sell to continue. So when you see a breakout, enter a sell. This is what you are telling your students. So if you click on play and the thing played out exactly how you did it. So you're not playing the replay and you say, okay, this is what happened. This is how the candle was playing and blah, blah, blah. You can see it's not showing them what happened in the past, how you did this, and candle was just playing exactly how you wanted it to play. That's the essence of back testing. I'm sure you understand that now, Gladys. Do you understand it? Precious, sorry. Okay. She's not responding. If you can still hear me, am I loud and clear? If you can hear me, say yes, please, on the chat box. Good. Okay, I think enough of TradingView. This is just how TradingView works. Okay, this is how TradingView works. Just that you are cracking up. How come, am I cracking up? Can you hear me very clearly?
It's very clear from
Up,
here. Maybe the person's
what?
network is not. It's very clear from here. So maybe the person's network is not okay.
I need another person to confirm if it's clear. Okay, Joanne says it's clear. Can someone else say it's clear? Okay, thank you very much. I think your network is actually bad, so maybe you should check your network and see what happened. All right. Okay, good. Now we are done with TradingView. Now I'm going to show you how to use the trading journal. I'm sure everybody in here have gotten their trading journal. If you've not gotten your trading journal, please type on the chat box. But if you've gotten your trading journal, say yes. I need to be sure that everybody's on the same page with me. The next thing I want to teach is trading journal before I go straight to what we've actually. Peter said, Peter for Labi, you don't have a trading journal. Okay. Who else? I don't have a trading journal. I'm not hearing you. Have no trading journal. I've gotten my trading journal. If you can't hear me, can you dial in on the call? Click on the microphone sign on your phone or your laptop and connect to this audio using the internet. That's how you can hear me. Okay, you don't have a trading journal. I posted it in the group. Ademola, you're supposed to have the trading journal. That means it shows that you're not following what's happening in the group. Even if I don't know anybody, I know you, Ademola. I added it to the group and I've posted that trading journal before I added it to that group. So you have to go back to the chats and look for it. Okay, for those who don't have the trading journal, you after this class, send the message in the group. Then I'll send the trading. Now this is a trading journal. I send this to everybody. This is my private trading journal, but I had to share it for everybody to benefit from it. Without a journal, you are just gambling in the Forex market. You know, some people say, I don't understand it. Everything here is automated. If I click here now, you can see the calculation equals to B2 stars C2 plus B2. Everything is automated here. You can see it. Everything is automated. You can see the formula there. So you don't need to touch this figure. The only thing you need to touch, everything, you can see the lot size. Everything is automated. You don't need to change anything there. You can't see charts from before you were added on WhatsApp. No, I know I'm talking about Ademola. Every other person that don't have a trading journal, I'm going to send it to you. But Ademola, I know that I added him there. That means he's not following what's in the group and he's not participating. So even if I pardon every other person, I'm not going to pardon him because I know him in person. Because if you are not participating in the group, there's no way you will learn how to trade in the Forex market. You're very few people that are participating there. Okay, now this is the trading journal. This one day represents your daily growth. What you want every day. It could be your monthly, it could be your weekly, but I prefer it to be on daily. Then the balance should be the amount that you have in your what? In your trading account. So let me give you an example that you have $2,000 in your trade. Okay, let me go low. Let me start with $200. And you are saying every day I want to do 6% growth on my account every given day. Now with your trading journal, you need to be disciplined with it. Now this is somebody's own. The person has $200 account. The person actually started today. And the person said, I want to be doing 6% every day on my capital. As soon as I've gotten my 6%, I will close shop that day. Even if the market is going 100 pips, 1,000 pips that I could catch, I'm not interested. Because if you're not disciplined, you cannot be a profitable trader. The difference, they said 97% of independent traders lose money in the forex market. Only 3% are profitable. And that is very true. And the difference is not because of you don't know it. You know everything, but you're not disciplined and you lack good risk management. If you're in the last call when Don Jazzy said, you heard when he said that everything about trading, only what you do wire is 10% skill. 90% is psychological. Today he sent me his chart, was like, see, I'm not doing gold again. I'm doing only GPP. See how much I made today. I was not laughing. I say, oh, good. Now he knows what suits him. He's always complained that gold is very irrational. It goes up, it comes down, it does anything. He prefers pounds that he has been doing. He has studied his pounds pair and is making money from it. He has his trading journal and he's following it judiciously. So I don't see the reason why you will not want to follow your trading journal judiciously. If it gets to a level, if I want to do 6%, 6% is day one, I've done $12. You can see the person came here, actual. Look here on the 30 days earning calculator. Day one, you're supposed to do $12. Today, the person did $12.89. And I told him, close shop. Don't enter the market again. Monday, your target is what? $12. Now, if you are going for 30 pips take profit, the lot size you're supposed to use is 0.04. Your stop loss is between 15 and 20 pips. That means for you to go for any trade, you need to look for a trade that will not go against you, 20 pips against you. Because if it hits against you and you lose $12, don't trade that day. You have to wait till the next day. Because this here, seen here, is not just profit, it's both profit and what? Loss. I don't know if you're understanding me. So, for instance, this person the person lost $12. What the person is going to write here is minus $12. And he would trade that day. Because by the time you go back to the market to trade again, you will lose the one that you have. Let me go back. So, minus $12. That's what the person is going to write there. It's supposed to show me. Don't worry, I don't know why that's anything. No one wants loss at all. It wants to be seen only profit. But anyway, we can get back to that. If you lose $12 that day, the trading for that day is gone. Because if you say I want to recover, you might lose everything in that place. You know what profitable traders go for? They go for high probability trade. And they don't trade all the currencies. They trade only 2 to 3 currencies. They study that currency, understand the pattern of that currency, and they move with that currency. Any other currency, they don't look at it. I'll give you a story. Then when I was learning how to trade, I will mark up all my charts, all the GPP pairs, all the Euro pairs, all the Canadian pairs, and I will not know the one to take. By the time I go back, I'll see that everything I mark up played out, but I missed it because there are so many things to do at the same time. So what I did is to master 5. I reduced it from 5 to 3. Now my favorite is gold, because only gold and pounds are the pairs that does what? Goes faster. In a day, any pounds pair can give you 50 to 100 pips. Gold can give you 300 pips in a day, sometimes 400. It depends. So you can actually get what you want to get from gold. How many trades are advisable for one to take? Like you can see, this is 0.014. Instead of you taking one opportunity, let's say you have multiple high probability trade. Instead of using 0.04 for one trade, you can divide it into 4. Use 0.01 for one trade, go for another pair, use 0.01. Your target is 30 pips. The target is what? 30 pips. And as soon as you get to $12, you close all your trade for that day. And you go and look out for what? The next day. There are so many opportunities in the market. There's this man, if I remember his name, I'm going to send you his, I'll send the link to the group. He was one of my very good tutor then when I was training. He taught me so many things. He used only 15 minutes charts to trade because he's a daily trader. You know, there are different kind of trading personality. You could be a scalper. You could be any. Don't worry about the pairs. I'm going to tell you. We'll get to that level. You could be a scalper. You could be a intraday trader. You could be a position trader. So trading works hand in hand with your personality. If you're not a patient person, just go to scalping. Go and be scalping your trade, be collecting your 3 pips, 5 pips, and leave the market in peace. Don't try and say, I want to go this, I want to go that. No, go to where your temperament is. If you're a patient person, you can go for day trading, you can go for a position trading. But if you're not a patient person, just stick with scalping. The point is that you're making money and you're being disciplined. So you can see this is a 60 days growth. You started with 200. If you are disciplined with this, at the end of 60 days, look at what you're going to get. Look at it. Look at it. $6,222.09. That is what $200 can do for you if you are consistently trading, following this trading journal, following the lot sizes. See, it's giving you all the lot size that you're supposed to use. By the time you get to day 6, by the time you get to day this, it will give you all the lot sizes. $200 has grown to what? 6,224. So let's put another figure. Let's put $2,000 there. You see that the lot size will change. This one gave you 0.4. This one gave you 0.24. This one gave you 0.12. So imagine you're using 0.4, you're going for 30 pips. You're going to get $120, 6% growth daily. At the end of 60 days, you're getting what? $62,240. Tell me, is it not better you do it slow and steady and make money, going only for profitable, only for high probability trade, not high risk trade? High probability trade, that there's a tendency that you must go and hit your take profits. If you do this, this is what you're going to get at the end of 60 days. 62,000. People lose money because they don't have trading journal. Somebody showed me his account. He was losing over $2,000 in the forex market. If you try $100, I'll do $100. Don't worry, you see it. You have your trading journal, put $100 there, and you see what $100 can do. It's not about putting the $100, but just following it. You see $100, 30 pips 0.02, 50 pips 0.01, 100 pips 0.01. See the stop losses here: 10 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30. That's what you're supposed to use for your stop loss. At the end of 60 days, you're having $3,000. Very nice. This is what? Compounding. You're aligning it. That now this can call you, I'm a profitable trader. Now imagine you started daily 100 on a daily basis. Maybe this is your goal. There's a time you get that you say your goal wants to be $100 a day. This is what you're going to get. Look at your weekly, monthly, and yearly targets. If your daily growth is $3,500, depending on how your capital is, this is what you're going to do. All these things will help your mindset for you to be what? Trading very well. Now, this is this is what you've actually earned. If you did your $12, you put your $12 here. Why this one is 6? Because of the $100 I put there. But this is what the person did today, $12.89. Don't worry, by the time we are now used to all the strategies I'm going to teach, we will start a challenge. 60 days challenge on how to grow our money irrespective of any capital you have. Place it on your what? Trading journal. Follow the lot size, follow the stop loss. Everybody is going to take the trade that will be called. We'll analyze the trade, we'll pick the best one. take it, place it on your trade, and we'll see how it's going to go through this journey. Because you'll be proud of yourself that you started something and you finished it, and you finished it well. So imagine somebody put $10,000. Let's do $10,000. Just 6% on a daily basis. 311,204. You know, this 6% is actually very big. It's very, very big. The minimum a trader can do, which is comfortable a day, is between 0.45 and 1%. So if I change this 6% to 1%, this is what you're expected to do. What? This is what you're expected to do every what? Oh, sorry. I removed the percent. 1%. This is what you're expected to do. $10,000, $100 is fine. I don't know how many people know Warren Buffett. He's a forex investor. What he does yearly is 7%. His total growth on a yearly basis. If his broker or his trader, the person trading for him, does anything above it, he's going to sue the person. Because any risk can wipe up his money. You know, they don't trade with small money. These are people that trade with millions of dollars, 100 million, 500 million. So by the time you do 1% or 7% of that, you know how much is earning in the forex market. The owner of Hantech is my very good friend. He has never blown his account. Let me tell you, the last time I saw his account, I saw $8,000 there. He entered only one trade, 0.10. That's $1 per pip. And he was in that trade, only one trade on $8,000. He said, no matter how that trade goes against me, it can never blow my $8,000. You understand what he said? He can never blow it because that's good risk management. He has never lost, say I blew money, he has never done that. Not because he owns the forex brokerage firm, but because he understands the meaning of risk management. To pick the money and put in the forex market is not easy for you to just blow it up like that. So that's what this part is, how you can use your trading journal. So for those who don't have theirs, I'm going to, after the class, I'll send it again to the group. Then we all can do what? Participate. For now, you're going to use your demo account to be doing that. Put the amount on your demo. Those people I'm seeing demo account of $100,000, this, please, if it's possible for you to reduce it, enter a bad trade and reduce it to the amount you know you can afford in your live account. It will help you while trading. It helps your trading psychology. Because if you're using one standard, you're seeing those big money, and you're not putting $100,000 in your live account, you're putting $100. For you to, your appetite to be so big, you want to go and use big lot size. So please, if possible, reduce that account to the lowest one of $3,000. You can blow it to what? The amount of money that you can afford in your live account, and put it on this trading journal and judiciously follow this trading journal. It will help you by the time we go live. You know, we're still using demo. By the time we go live, trust me, you will enjoy how sweet it is to be trading perfectly in the forex market. So does everybody understand how the trading journal works? The lot sizes you are going for and the TP. If you are doing 30 pips, this is the lot size. This is TP. You understand this part before I go into the main thing we are here today? We have been given permission to blow your dumb account. Oh, I'm not telling you your real account. This precious, you're a very funny person. So if you understand the trading journal part, please, I have 2 people. I need a 3rd person. Okay, good. How many people on this call? Only 4 people are participating. Are the rest following at all? We have 43 people on this call. All right, good. So now, trading journal is over. Let's go to the business of the day. Bingo. Somebody was asking today, when is the best time to, which time frame is actually the best time frame to do what? To analyze pair. The best time frame is from 4 hours most especially just D1, daily time frame, weekly time frame, and monthly time frame. 4 hours can be inclusive too. But I will shock you that the time frame that you're going to use is determined on the capital you have in your account. Support and resistance works for every time frame. So if you have a $100 account, all you need to do is just to go to your higher time frame. Where is the trend? Is it an uptrend or a downtrend? I know where trend is. Go to lower time frame, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, draw your support and resistance, and do what? Gradually follow it. Because if you have a $100 account and you draw your support and resistance zone on a higher time frame, the stop loss will be higher. Your account can't take it. Do you understand what I mean? If you understand what I just said, please type 5. If you understand what I said now about time frame and your account size, can you type 5? If you have a $100 account and you enter trade on a D1 daily time frame account, the drawdown, your account cannot take it. So your capital, good. Your capital, the capital in your account will suit the time frame that you want to analyze your support and resistance on. Now let me explain that. Let me say I have a $200 account. You see this thing called support and resistance, it works everywhere. Everywhere. Because let me show you something. If you look at this chart now, what are you seeing on this chart? The current trend is what? Look at this chart. No need for analyzing the current trend. If you're looking at it, what's the current trend? Is it a downtrend or an uptrend? Type on the chat box if this is a downtrend or an uptrend. The current trend. Looking at it, this is a daily time frame. Okay, Ole Peter, good. Johnson, good. Uptrend. Precious is not up. You can see it's a downtrend. Downtrend. Those who said downtrend are actually correct. Yes, it's a downtrend. You can. It's obvious. See now, it's going down. I don't no need to analyze anything. I just said look at the charts. What is it doing? It's going down. It's not done any analysis to know whether there's a trend reversal. Even looking at it, there's no reversal, yes, because the last high price has not broken it. So looking at it, this thing is coming down. Just looking at it, start analyzing anything. Now you see this movement from here to here. This is on a day, this is a monthly time frame. This movement from here to here, like if you see this thing on a monthly time frame, it's still coming down. But this movement from here to here, from a 4 hours time frame down to 1 minute, is a trend, is an upward trend. If you want to doubt me, let me put a vertical line there. I'll put a vertical line here. Let me put a vertical line here. Good. Now let me go to 30 minutes. Do you even see the line? You can't even find the line anymore. Let me squeeze the chart. You can't even find the line because it's back. You can see that it has been going up. Are you seeing it? So imagine you have a $100 account. See where it is now. Okay, beautiful. See how it went up, came down, went up, and it has been going up sideways here, then up. Are you seeing it? Going up. It's still going up. So imagine someone that has a $100 account, saw something of this nature, and decided to say what? This thing is coming down, and the market is somewhere around here. Even this small move here that went up. Let's say you saw this green candle and you decide to enter the sell. This small move down here will burn that account. Because you're looking at it small from here, but it can be 500 pips. Just this week, this little week from here to here, it can be 500 pips. If you want us to calculate it or more, let me use vertical line. Horizontal line, sorry. Now, see here, this 1934 stuff. Now, let me put at the top of the week. Have you seen it? This is 2000 and this is 19. That's over 1000 pips. Just this small line you are seeing here. So imagine that you are using a smaller time frame, and because you saw this red candle, you decide to sell, and it didn't move up a bit, your account is gone. But if you see something like this on a lower time frame, let's go to 15 minutes and look for a week. Any candle that has a week. Now look at this week. We'll do it. We'll do another experiment. The close of the candle. I'm using the bearish, and you can see how many pips? 4 pips. Have you seen? Just 4 pips. So if you decide to do your support and resistance, you do your support and resistance here. You map up your charts, enter your trade when it breaks out of your support zone or your resistance zone. It will be easy for you to get your 30, 15 pips, 20 stop loss. Price will not get there. So imagine you did your support, like you can see, even without doing the, I've drawn a resistance zone here. Price came here, broke out of the resistance zone, came back here and tested it. If you see that this one came close below your resistance and you sold this thing, if you sold it at this candle, maybe you entered at this candle, you are looking for how many pips? 30 pips. Let's calculate 30 pips. From here down to what? 30 pips. 30 pips, you're around here. Let me look for 1 minute. Okay, somewhere around here, B. Oh, that's, sorry. Okay, somewhere around here. 17064. Can you get to your 30 pips without even profit hitting your stop loss? You can see that you comfortably get your 30 pips on a sell because you are using the time frame that suits your account. I don't know if you people understand what I'm saying. You can see this line I just drew here. I just drew a resistance zone now. And you can see how it obeyed it. It sold, give me my complete money, and I'll leave the market jejely without going to do analysis that will lead to paralysis. Just go straight to the one that concerns you. If your account is $100, $200, $500, stick with 15 minutes. Work with it jejely. Look for your support and resistance zone there. Make your money and leave the market. Your drawdown will be very small. You won't be losing too much money in the market. If you understand this part, before I continue, type yes on the chat box, please. I'm deleting everything here. If you understand this part, because I need to, beautiful. Okay, good, good, good. All right, so now let's go to how to identify support and resistance. I'm going to start with 15 minutes, then I'll go to higher time frame. You know, this thing that I'm doing, people charge it. I paid a whole lot for this. I'm still going to pay, what's the name of this man? Daily price action. I'm going to pay him about $500. There's a strategy that he's actually talking about based on support and resistance too, but another way on how to get it, to learn this skill. So every day we're learning, but I'm giving it out for you free of charge. I paid very heavy money to get this skill. I'm not angry that I'm doing it for free, but I'll be pained that after you pass through this process, you will still tell me that I've blown my account. I did this, I did not do this. Because I'm giving you time to do a whole lot of practice on yourself, a whole lot, before you can go live. I will have so much joy when I see someone say, I've grown my account by 5%. I've grown my account between November to December. I've grown my account by 20%. Those are the kind of news I want to hear. Those are the kind of thing I want to hear. I wouldn't want to hear, I've blown my account again. No. Gone are the areas of why you need a mentor is because a mentor I've lost over, I don't want to exaggerate. MT4 don't lie. I've lost over $6,000 trading, or not on education, that have lost in the forex market over $6,000. If I had somebody that directed me on what to do, had a trading journal, do all these things, I won't have gone that far. So the work of a mentor is to help your journey faster. It took me how many years to get this, to be disciplined? So it's supposed to take you a few months for you to be disciplined like this. The only thing that needs you to get to that level is decision. It's not about preaching. Like the last class I said, it's not what you eat that's important, but the nutrients that you get from the food. So the same thing with knowledge. It's not what you hear that's important, but putting it into practice and what you remember. So please, I'm begging you. You know, they say when you give something free, people take it for granted. I did this because of just that thing that Jazzy tweeted. I was like, how can I help people to do this? I know there are so many scams there. Come and put your money here, do this. I've fallen victim of that. But I know the government is actually not doing well. People need to look for how to make money for themselves without going to do hard jobs. That's why I said, okay, let me do this and make people understand how the forex market works. Now, if you want to get, how many people, the link I sent on support and resistance, if you know you read it, you studied it, type 2 on the chat box. There are 2 major words that the man said there. Type the words there. When you spot, if you want to draw a support and resistance, he used natural the natural environment to describe it. If you remember that, type it on the chat box. Let me know that you actually studied it. To spot. Okay. Lookman, yes, you did a great job. Okay. Only Lookman. Peter, there's no ceiling there. Peaks and valley. Okay, good. Now this shows me that yes, peaks and valley. This shows me that people actually did it. Now I'm going to use let me highlight these things back so I can have it on my. Just give me a second. Okay. Where's the text? Good. Okay. Sorry, my chat is blinking. Let me know. Okay, good. Yeah, peaks and valleys. Now, these are the peaks. Okay, peaks. Sorry, I'm just trying to help those that did not do it. I know some people will not follow it. No problem. Let's be good Samaritan and help them. You know, when you look at the mountain, doesn't this thing look like a mountain to you? So the top of the mountain is the what? Is a peak. Down of the mountain is the what? The valley. So the peak is the resistance. The valleys are what? The supports. That is just what it is. I'm still going to delete all this. It's just for those who did not do their, who did not go through it. You know, some people will say, yes, I'll go through it, and they won't do it. But don't worry. At least I'm seeing some people are sending me chats how their account is growing on a daily basis. So I know that even if everybody don't hear, few are hearing. If God says many are called, few are chosen, who am I when people don't follow this stuff? Okay, now these are the words valleys. These are the word peaks. I said earlier the peaks are what? The resistance zone. The valleys are what? The support level. So I think this is okay. So if you can identify your charts like this, first, it gives you a better understanding that I'm getting somewhere. Now this one is coming down too. Let me do for the downside. It's not as if it's only up there. Those that are up. This is also peaks. This is also valleys. If you can master this, your trading life will change for good. Support and resistance, price action, risk management. Do all those things. You see, these are what? This is just trading for you. Price gets to the top, comes down, gets to the top, comes down, gets to the top, comes down. Now, if you want to identify a support and resistance zone, have you ever heard that what happened in the past will always repeat itself in the future? Anywhere price has actually touched in the past, price will come. I really appreciate you, but I want to ask if there's a way to obtain information. But I want to ask if there is a way to obtain more information for this wonderful group. I don't understand your question, Gladys. I don't understand that question. Can you retype it, rephrase it, please? So, but I want you to pay attention because we are no more. We have gotten to the main study itself. So please pay attention. Now, this is a line chart. You can identify your mountains, you can identify the valleys, you can identify the peaks, you can identify what? The valleys. So if you want to, let's say you're using your 15 minutes to identify your support and resistance zone. You've not gone to your higher time frame. You just want to take trade on your 15 minutes and you're okay with it. What you do, you zoom in your chart to the barest minimum. See what I mean zoom in? You see here is plus sign. If I zoom out like this, I'll see everything. You can see. But by the time you zoom in, you place the minus sign, you zoom it in like this. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Everything. So you get to where you know that you can no more zoom it again. This is the highest it can go. Look at this line chart. From the highest peak, by the time you've identified your peak, you've done something like this on your charts. You've identified your peak and your valleys. You go to the first peak here. You see this first peak here. This drop, look at this. Let me use the dots. Okay, you see this last low here to this high, and you saw this breakout. There was no continuation to the upside. Rather, it did what? It did another retest and it dropped. You pick your rectangle and you draw from this place here to the top where that's, you see it, and you drag it to the last place. This is my own way of identifying. Sorry, let me shift this, my speaker stuff. Okay. You know, the line chart squeezes all the noise of the wicks in the market. Now, have you seen what I did? If you can do what I did, type 3. First, you reduce your chart to the barest minimum that it cannot reduce again. Then go to the last place where you can see the first trend. This trend is coming down, as you can see it. And where the trend actually reversed to come down was this first peak that I'm seeing here. After you've written your peak, this peak, that. Are you seeing it? Good. Now you can see that this peak covered this one here too, even if it didn't touch it, but it still covered it because price came there. You can see that it still covered it. Price actually came there. We did this another one with this is a valley here. Let me duplicate this value. This is another valley here. You can see what price did here. To identify another valley, the end of the retest from here to here, you can see what I did. Please follow me very attentively. You can see. You see what I'm doing? And by the time I change it to price, from this thing to price, you'll see how it works. Did you see? I've identified that that's the one. This peak. No need to draw this one because this peak, this is the next value you draw it. And this one has covered for all this here, price retested here. The next thing, this is another valley here that we did not point. Any drop down like this is a valley. Don't worry, I'm going to repeat myself. I'll repeat myself. Just follow me. You can see price dropped, retested here, dropped, went up, dropped again, retested, dropped like that. So if I pick this valley and stretch it, this is the next valley here that retested after the breakout here. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? I will change it to price and I'll be price action and to candlestick, and you'll be wild at the result you're going to get. Now this one covers all. This is very strong zone here. You can see what price has been doing in and out of it, in and out of it. You can see what price. This is a smaller time frame. So smaller time frame have so much noise in it. It has so much noise in the market. That's how you keep getting. You look for where price has actually touched 2 or more times. This is another valley you can actually identify here. Price went up, did this here. Let's see. Now see how price will respect those things. Look at it. Here price was consolidating. It came by retest. It did not go. It broke in. You see what price is doing here. There's no direction. It's just from here that there was actually a direction. Broke out of this, came back here, retest. Remember I told you, you buy on a support level and you do what? You sell on a resistance zone. Buy on a support zone, you sell on a resistant what? Zone. So see, let's start from the previous, what happened in the previous place. When price broke out of the zone. If you open this place, you see a candle. Let me change this to, let me reset it. Beautiful. If you open here, you see that price retested here. Let me do 1 minute. Have you seen, after it broke out, see the candle that came back to retest it? This candle, you can see this candle came here, retested, it closed. Even if you enter your sell at the close of this candle, it puts you on a drop down, it's dropping down, going to the next one, to the next support zone there. Let me, have you seen? Okay, beautiful. Now look at it here. After this price broke out of here, this candle tested it and it sold to the other place. Now remember, this is a small time frame. You're not expected to get so many pips because you're not staying long in the market. How many pips is this? To the next zone. This is 20 pips. So if you enter with this with your 20 pips, you leave the market at peace. That day you've made money in the market and you've gone out of the market. If you are using small account and you want to just be going in and out of the market. If you are doing your, if you choose to do your 20 pips and leave the market, you don't want to stay long in the market, this is what you should just do. Let me go back to my arrow. Okay, now you've identified the picks. Let me clean all these things and let me clean everything. Or should I, if you don't understand what I did, can you type, if you want me to recap, let me type it and redo it again. If you understand what I'm doing, please say yes. If you don't understand, say no, so I can do a recap. Recap. Okay. I like that, partially understood. Let me delete everything. I'll delete it and do it again. But this time I'm not going to write the value and the stuff. I just use the value to explain to you what that is. Okay. Okay, beautiful. Now this is it. Go back to your line chart. Remember I told you break and what? Retest. Let me explain break and retest. Let me draw it. I have to draw it first. Okay. For a downtrend. Excuse me. Let me draw it first. Break. This is a downtrend. I'm doing a downtrend now. Okay. Okay. This for a downtrend though. You know, when you're drawing it, it looks beautiful, but when you're doing the chart, it's not like that. Now this for a downtrend. Now for an uptrend, it goes like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay. At least if you understood what I drew on the chart, do you understand this movement? When the market is going on a downward trend, there's a breakout, retest for another opportunity for you to enter again, breakout. Now this place is now your resistance zone. Let me draw it first. This is your resistance zone. This is your support zone. This is now your support. Okay. What I looked it. Okay, 1 minute. Now let me explain this. So let's assume price came all the way from here. It broke out. I'm expecting you to wait for a retest. Price to come and retest back to this zone. So you can confirm that this is a resistance zone. As soon as price does what? Retest it. This is just a rough walk. Then you can comfortably sell to this next support. One of my lecturer, Christopher Derrick, if price is here and price breaks through this support, it did not retest, continue breaking and going down, he will not enter that trade. Even if he does 100 pips. He will only comfortably enter a downward trend if there's a breakout and there's a retest. So this breakout and this retest has indicated that this place is what? A good resistance for me to sell. You can see how many touch here. 1 touch here, 2 touch here, and 3 touch here. Shows me that I can now sell from here to this place. If I want to buy this thing, I will wait for price to close above this support. But if price doesn't close above it, price breaks it, I will wait for it to break and close below it, do a retest, then I will sell. Now, if I want to sell this market as it is now, let's say I want to sell from here. I will do what? Sell this market when it has closed below my zone, enter a sell to this next zone, my stop loss will be above this here. I'm using this picture because by the time I go live, you'll see it. This is where my stop loss will be, above this zone here. My entry will be here. See where my entry is. Here to this place, this next place will be my take profit. This zone here will be my what? Take profit. So stop loss here, let me use the red line. Red line stop loss, green line take profit. Beautiful. Okay, now this red line is my stop loss, this purple line is my entry, and this green line is my what? Take profit. That is if I'm taking this trade as a downward trend. You wait for a break out of the resistance zone. First, you wait for a retest, then you can now do what? Buy and sell that trade. But if it doesn't do a retest, please do not chase any trade. If price did not do a retest, leave it and look for another one. That's why they call it high probability trades, because the chances for a high probability trade to go in profit is, in a scale of 1 to 10, is always 8. So if you don't have a high probability trade and you go for a high risk trade, what if the thing doesn't, what if you enter it when it has gotten to this place and you say, this thing that moved like this is not retest, maybe it's going to come and touch this other support and the thing goes back like this, to clear your account. So it's always for you to be wait for a retest before you can do what? Enter any trade. Now, I think you understand the diagram, so I can go on a live chat and show you how to draw it. Please, if you understand this diagram that I did here, type 2 on the chat box. 2 on the chat box. You can do sell stop, you can do instant execution. Okay, good. Now let me clean this. Okay, now I'm not going to clean it. I'll use it to do illustration on how I drew this thing. Okay, now I'm going to use it to do illustration. Hold on. Let me do something. Beautiful. If you understand what I'm doing, now see what I'm doing. How I drew this, I came across those zones I was drawing. The beginning of the pullback and the end of the pullback, I'll box it up. I think that's the English I was supposed to use earlier. Now listen, this place here is the beginning of the pullback. This is the end of the pullback. So what I just did is to do what? Pick my rectangle, start from the beginning of the pullback here to the ending of the pullback to get my what? My zone. Have you seen? The same thing I did here. That's the simple English I would have used. Sorry about the last one I did. Now see, at the beginning of the pullback, the beginning of the pullback to the end of the pullback. See what I'm doing here? To get another zone. That's the same thing here too. Beginning of the pullback to the end of the pullback to get the next zone. That's how I'm going to get my zone when I'm drawing on my line chart. The beginning of the pullback and the end of the pullback, I will box it up. It will cover up for all the places that price actually want to touch. If you understand this small diagram I did, type 4 on the chat box so I can go to my live chat and do what I did there. If you understand what I did with this chart, please go type 4 on the chat box. Okay, beautiful. I think this is what I should have done earlier. Right. I'm very happy that you guys are following. Now, this is how to draw your line, your zone using the line chart. on any time frame. But if you go to the higher time frame, the zone could be very big. Depends. Sorry, my chat is blinking. Let me know. Okay, 4. That means everybody's following. So let me delete this. Now remember I told you, let me reset it. If I reset it, this is what is going to happen. This is what you're going to see. You can choose to reset it like this, but by the time you reset it, you're going to see this several stuff. If you choose to reset it, fine, but you won't see what happened in the past. So sometimes it's better to do what? Minimize it so you can see actually how price reacted in the past. You can see that from here, it's coming down, price is coming down here. And the link I sent to you earlier, it said 2 or more. When price has actually touched 2 or more. And the more price touch a zone and is being rejected, it tells me that that zone is very strong. So now let me circle this place. Tell me how many times price touched it. I'll circle one place. How many times price touched it? Let me do that hyper fully. How many times the price touched this zone here? They are saying here. How many times the price touches? Just from the peak that you're seeing, that is visible to you, how many times the price touch it? Somebody wrote 3, somebody wrote 5, 3 times, 4 times. Now we're going to count it together using this peak that we're seeing. I'll see the first touch here, 1, second touch here, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have you seen it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. So if I want to calculate all these things here, you see that price has actually, this is a zone, a very strong zone. That price has actually did what? Touch that place. So did anybody write 5 there? I think I saw people write 5. You need to have an eye of an eagle. Did somebody write 5? Okay, yes, Adeyemi wrote 5. Who else wrote 5? So if you wrote 4, fine. Okay, Peter wrote 5. Beautiful. So now let me delete that. So if you look at this chart like this, you will see that this particular zone, something is happening here, all the way from here to this place. Something is happening here. Have you seen it? Price is going up and down like that on that zone. It will tell you that there's something happening there that is making price to do what? Dance up and down, up and down. Please, I want to change my phone. Please accept me when I log in. All right, yes. Femi, please, somebody wants to change his phone. Can you accept him when he log back in? Thank you. So if I want to draw my zone on this chart, what am I going to do? It's just for me to pick my rectangle box, draw from here, you can see, to the end of what? To the current price. So did it touch, the price come back and touch that zone? You know, it broke out of it. See the breakout. Beautiful breakout. And there was no retest though. My mentor will not enter this trade. Let me check. Let me go to candle and see if there was a candle. There's no green candle here. He won't enter this trade. If he wants to enter this trade, he's here. On this retest here. That's where he's going to enter it. You see this thing that happened here? He will not touch this trade. But I will show you. He will wait for it to come back and test this zone, then enter. But these are people that use big lots. They have big money in their accounts. So now I've shown you how I got that zone, right? That resistance zone. And you see that we did it from here. All we just did is stretch it to the present place, and we saw how price respected it and came back and touched that place zone. So let's go back to our line chart and draw the other zone. So which other zone is visible now that something is happening? You can see here, something is happening here too. You can see all these places. There's what? Price happening here. Now remember I told you when you are doing when you're drawing your zone, the end of the pullback, the beginning of the pullback to the end of the pullback, right? Now, after this breakout, when price breathed out again was here, this area. So what you would do is pick a rectangle box and do what? The beginning to the end, stretch it to the future. Have you seen what happened there? Beginning to the end, you stretch it to the future. Price respected all those things. It was going in and out, in and out, in and out, till it broke out and it retested here. You can see how price respected this zone. Now, another place you can see is here. 1, 2, 3 prices. You know, if you read that link, it said zones is not a number. Resistance and support zone is not a number. It's actually an area where price is respecting something. You can see this place too. How many times price was doing what? Respecting it. This one came here, do a retest, here do a retest, bounced up here. So if you are buying and selling from zone to zone, you won't have a problem in your trading. You'll be trading comfortably. This is just a 15 minutes chart, and for those who want to use a 15 minutes chart, this is just for. But if you want to actually, what's it called? Support and resistance works for any time frame. Like I said earlier, it works for any time frame, and this time frame is for those who have small amounts. Now let me change it to candlestick and see how price reacted to it. So you see how price reacted to all this. Our chart. Hey, what happened? Let me go back. I think I deleted something. Sorry. I drew my candle here. I was saying, beautiful. So let me change it to candlestick. Beautiful. So you see how price broke out from this one, did a retest here, and you just buy to the next zone. Broke out from here, did a retest, you sell. These are for those who are intraday traders, so you don't have patience to stay long in the market. You want to be seeing your money fast. You can go to smaller time frame, draw your support and resistance zone, and just do what? Leave the market as it is. Please, if you understand how I drew this zone, can you type on the chat box, type which other number? 9 on the chat box. If you understand what I did and how to draw this zone, can you type on the chat box, please? Okay. All right, now that's for, I'm going to delete it so we can do for another time frame. Beautiful. Okay. Now this 15 minutes, let's go to 1 hour. Oh, you can see how 1 hour is. 1 hour is more, use horizontal line to draw your support and resistance. No, not horizontal line, use your, this rectangle. Horizontal, the support and resistance is a zone, it's not a line, not a number. It's a zone. So even if you use your line, you could break out your line. Let me give you another example. Okay, see this place now. Let's say you put a line here. You can see this line. How many places the price touch? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Have you seen it? So what if you said, oh, this thing has broken out of my zone, let me buy. I did this and this happened. It came down inside. We tested it and broke out. What are you going to do? So support and resistance is not a line. It is a zone. So by the time as far as price is still on that zone, you have to be careful and wait for the zone to be broken and retested before you can enter the market. If you can use your line, fine. But what I know about support and resistance is the zone. Now this is for H1. This is an uptrend. After so many consolidation here, it broke out. So if you want to draw your line here now, you ask yourself, which line should I pick? What am I going to pick? Which line am I going to pick? You pick the most recent drop, which is this one here, from here to here. Because when it went up this way, it was consolidating here, you can see. Then after this starting here, beginning here, it broke out. So if I want to pick out a zone, this is the best zone, the most recent one from here. Never trade a consolidating market. Don't try it. The person that is in intensive care unit will be better than you, because the market will be going up and down. You'll be confused on what to do. You see this consolidation here, don't even try. Just allow the market do its thing until it breaks out. So imagine that you have a large account. This happened here. You saw this broker and retest and you decided to sell. Remember, your stop loss will be here above your zone. Remember what I told you about your stop loss? Stop loss is above your zone. Entry will be this retest here. Let me change the candle to pink. Then if you are going for the highest, there was 100 pips, right? Let's see how to get 100 pips. 1 minute. So you enter from here. Why is it not showing? On that trading journal, that's what I mean. So from here to here, you have done 112 pips. Notice 1 hour candle. 112 pips that you've done from here to here. Even if you do your 15, we had 30 pips there, right? 30 pips. So if you do your 30 pips will be somewhere around here. Around here, good. Price did not even come back there. If you wait for a breakout to hit your stop loss, it just went straight to your take profit and did what? And you left the market. If you follow what I did, please type 9 or 8. Type 8 so I will know that it's not the previous 9. How I drew this one, how I came across this, type 8. Okay, good. I didn't. Joanne didn't. Okay, Joanne, why did you? Okay, by the time I change it to price, maybe you will understand. How I drew this, let me delete all this again. Remember I told you, if you want to draw your zone, you look for the most recent pullback. If you see here, this is the uptrend. And it did what? Consolidated here for a long time before this breakout. So if I want to draw my zone to know my new resistance zone, I will look for the most recent pullback. Do you understand? And this was the most recent one. This is the most recent one here. Before this drop, before this retest, this is the most recent one. So I want to know where my zone is going to lie. What I would do is just do what? Pick here. From the start where the here to where the pullback stopped. Have you seen? And you draw it. So now I've gotten my resistance zone. This is now my resistance zone. So if I want to get another zone, you know, nothing has happened here. For you to get your zone, I told you are going to use what has happened in the past for you to determine the zone where price is going to touch in the future. Because now there's no market here. You can't expect me to be drawing any zone. If I want to draw a zone, I have to come here and look for the most recent one. And the most recent fall back. You know, uptrend is what? It came back, it gave me a lower what? A higher low here before it went up. So this is the most recent one here before all this up movement. So if I want to enter this trade as a position trader, maybe I say I want to go deep, that this is going to go high. I'll just do from here to here, draw it to this place, expecting price to come down here to meet me. Now remember, this no strategy is 100%. It can go against you. That's why you need a stop loss. Now you see here, let me change it to candlestick. This was where the breakout happened here. After all this consolidation, there's now a move, direct move here. So the same thing happened here. After a consolidation breakout, it was still on the zone. This is still a resistance zone. To me, if I'm using 1 hour candle to analyze this trend, I'm expecting it to keep what? Falling down to this place. Using 1 hour to analyze it based on support and resistance. Joanne, do you understand what I just did now? Before I can move on. Recap on the line, please. What line? I didn't do any line. You didn't pick the one in the front. No, this is a okay, you didn't pick the one in front. Look one. Why I did not pick this one in front is because this is a drop. Let me hide it. This was a drop here. This drop, you can see this drop here is lower than this, lower than this, lower than this, lower than this, lower than all this consolidation here. You see that? So this drop has shown that there was a breakout from a particular zone. That was why I drew this one from here to here as the newest one. This drop has not even come lower than this. So this shows that there's a breakout from a zone. So how can I identify that zone that something got broken out from? Is to draw my rectangle like I did from this last what? The beginning of the pullback to the end of the pullback, then the drop happened. So you can see the drop happened here, and there was a retest here. So this retest on the zone will now give me a sell signal for me to enter. Do you understand it, Lookman? It will not give me a sell signal for me to enter and now drop my account, drop what I dropped. If I'm going for 100 pips, I must have gotten my 100 pips and leave the market. Do you get me now? Why I chose this? Because this long drop is lower than this, is lower than every other consolidation here. So it shows that there's a breakout. Okay, you understand now? Good. Who else? Somebody said use horizontal line. I don't understand. You didn't pick. Okay, I've answered that. Stephen, do you understand now? Stephen and Felix, do you understand now? Yes, this is demand and supply zone. Yes, I'm drawing. Yes. Stephen, do you understand now? Okay, good. I'm trying to identify my zone, my demand and supply zone, my resistance and support. Yes. So now, from the look of things, this up one here, let me use the red color to identify this one, so it won't mistake. So now this is my resistance zone, and now this is my future support zone. Now this is my future support zone. So I'm expecting price to do what? Come to this support zone and do what? Test it. But if it doesn't, if it's going to buy, I will expect it to break out from this zone totally. Before I can enter a buy on this trade, it has to break out using this 1 hour candle. It has to break out of this zone out here, retest it without coming outside or breaking back here, then I cannot buy it. But until then, this thing on the 1 hour is coming down because it has, look at what happened here. Have you seen it? This is a recent low now. Market has closed. By tomorrow, if it drops and the low beats this low, it will tell me that market is actually going to drop more. So before I can consider buying this Euro USD using this 1 hour chart, I have to expect this price to break out of this resistance zone and this zone will now become a support zone. Then I'll be comfortable to do what? To place a buy. I'm sure everybody understands this, but if it doesn't go out that way, price will drop to the next zone, which is the demand zone. You are looking right there. Please, I have a question. Is support and resistance zone the same thing as demand and supply? Supply is when something is needed, Abi. Demand. Supply is when is enough, is too much, but there's no much people. Demand is the same thing. The supply is the resistance, selling it off. The demand is what? I'm buying. It's the same thing, Stephen. This is your demand zone, which is your support zone. This is your supply zone, which is your resistance zone. So if price gets here, remember I told you about your base currency and your quote currency. Now, if I'm expecting price to drop here, is to tell me that my base currency, which is euro, because this is a euro USD pair, my base currency is weak. So people are doing what? Selling it off. There's less demand for it. So people are selling it off to buy more what? Buy more dollars. That's why. But if my base currency is strong, the demand for it is what? High. It will break through this resistance zone, and this resistance zone will now become what? The new demand zone for me to continue buying. Do you understand it? Somebody asked that question. Stephen, right? Stephen, do you understand it now? What if it enters the zone and drops back midway? Does it have to retest? What am I recapping? Odion. Tell me what I'm recapping. Ola, halfway. Let me understand your halfway. What you mean? Just like this you're saying here, right? Halfway doesn't retest the zone. This place, this one that broke out now, this pullback here is already is a retest because I've done a pullback. I'm going to show you, I'll teach you Fibonacci, how you can use your Fibonacci to understand that yes, this thing is actually coming down. I'm going to teach you that. Please explain more the blue box. Oh, the blue box is my demand zone. That's my support zone. You remember here, nothing has happened here. This is the future. We don't know what's going to happen. So for me to know the next place that price is expected to drop, I have to go to the past here and check what happened in the past. Now you can see this thing happening here. It shows that price came here so many times, touches it so many times. No, I picked the last what? I changed it to what? Line chart. And I picked the last drop, which is this one. Let me draw it well. Which is this. Remember I told you the beginning of the move, pullback to the end of the pullback. So this is the last, this is the main, the one that we can actually see here. So all these places here shows that there's something happening here. That's why price keep reacting. It was consolidating here before it broke out. You can see the breakout. It broke out, retested it here. See the retest here. Then it bought to this place. Same thing happened out here in the resistance. It broke out, retested it here, then it was sold. Came back into the resistance zone. It has not broken it out. So I'm expecting price to do what? Break out of the zone, retest, which it just did here, and sell back to this demand zone. Do you understand it? All right, thanks. I just wanted to know if it's necessary for price to retest zone at a border, as in, yes, it's necessary. By the time you draw your zone, it's necessary for price to retest it, to do at least a pullback before you enter. If price don't do a pullback, just leave it. Just like what I told you. I don't know, that 15-minute chart I showed you. When price just keep running down, it did not do a pullback. Don't even enter the trade. Wait for a retest on that zone, then you can enter it. Because you don't know how far. Somebody asked it in the chat group. You don't know how far it's going to go. So if you decide to chase it and it doesn't go as expected, and if you decide to turn back, your account is not safe. That's why if you hear when traders are talking, they say, do not chase trade. Wait for a confirmation before you enter a trade. You understand what that means? Have I explained? Do you get it now? Ma, please explain more. Explain more example on the zone identification. I'll use another pair. I'll use another pen. Okay, good. Add it. I'm going to use another pen. So now this for 1 hour. I'm showing you that it works very well in all time frame. We'll delete it and I'll do 4 hours. Now you can see 4 hours, a clearer picture. Okay, you can see a clearer picture now of 4 hours. The uptrend, consolidation, breakout, retest, dropping. So now you ask yourself, how can I know which is the next demand and the supply zone? After these 4 hours, I'm going to do GBP USD. Okay. Now, like we did in the 1 hour, this is the most recent one before the breakout. This and this. You can see it. I drew it from here to this place. Then I dragged it. From here to this place, then I dragged it. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. The future is blank. Look at my cursor. The future is blank. But I can predict what will happen based on this pullback here, on this uptrend you're seeing here, this movement here. Price was going up, 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 up. It came to this place and it breached out. If you followed my class, I told you that price does what? It breathes in, then it does what? It will take a deep breath out. It's not just going to be going on a one-way journey. So when price kept moving, it dropped there and it continued moving. So if I want to predict what's going to happen in the future, where price is going to get to, what I'll do is to pick my rectangle boss, pick from the beginning of this place here, then drag it. So now I can comfortably say, I know that this trend is going to drop from here down to this demand zone. If I drag this thing further down, you see that price respected that zone very well. Oh. I'm trying to drag it over. You know, we did not do this, we did not drag it further. But see, now I'm dragging it. You can see that there's a noise in that area. See everything that's happening there, the breakout coming down, in, out. You see it? This is the past. But what we saw is just here. And we use this up to this down place to draw our zone. And we stretch it back and we saw how price has reacted to that zone in the past. So I'm expecting price now to drop from here to this place for a sell. If I want to sell this pair. Now let me go to candle and see what happened. Okay, now let me reset it. Beautiful. Have you seen the zone we drew? Look at this bearish engulfing candle. Broke out. This one we tested the zone and price this one dropped. So if I decide to enter my trade on the close of this green candle as a retest, and I enter my trade from here, do my 30 pips stop loss, how many pips here? 73. I'm out of the market. Just one move and my market has hit my take profit. I've gotten my 50 pips and I'm out. If you calculate your 30 pips, price did not even get there. These are 30 pips, price did not get there. You see the beauty of zones. I told you it's not 100% because it can actually do what? Go and hit your stop loss. But always wait for what to happen. Let me give you an example. Look at this one here now. Let's say you decided to take this as a breakout and wait, enter this retest. This one that did retest and close here, decided to enter it. This one now. But price kept going up. You know, by the time it dropped, you think it's going to give me, let's say you entered from here at the close of this and you did your 30 pips. Oh, sorry. Oh, where is that spot? I think it's this one. Okay. Let's say you enter the market here. You can see 30 pips is around here. the price, this candle will hit your stop loss. But that's the beauty of stop loss. Do you understand? But you can see that price did not break out of this zone for me to buy. It still did another breakout, do a retest, and it sell. That's what I'm saying. The strategy is not 100%, but in a scale of 1 to 10, 8 over 10 is always correct. That's why you go for high probability trade. When you mark up most of all your charts, you look for the one that gives you a clean breakout and a retest. You enter it and zoom. Yeah, you make your money and you leave the market. Now, this is an example, perfect example. This one broke out here. We tested it, drop down and give your money. As this market is now, I'm expecting it to drop down to this place, to this zone, because this is the next place that price is what expecting to drop. But if it doesn't drop, before I can buy it, it has to break out of this entire zone, retest it, then go up. Do you understand this? So I can go to the next chart. I call this trade in the group. Oh, good. I think support and resistance line are good for consolidating markets, while demand and supply for trending markets. I don't understand. Chris, support and resistance lines. Maybe you explain that in your chat. You send it to the group. Let me understand what you're saying. Because if you are using line as your chart, I know you are talking maybe because of you're using indicators. You know, there are some indicators that have all those. Let me show you one. Let me show you one. That I don't use more of indicators. Which accounts have indicators? Which of my accounts? Is it traders, IC markets? I think I'll look for the account that has those things and I will show you. Now, this is what the zone for the zoning is. Now, let me go to another pair, GBP USD. Okay, I'm sure this is what he's talking about. Zone, using line and all that. You can see the line here. There's a strategy that you can actually do that. It's called the rectangle strategy. This strategy. It can help you identify your zone. This one, I can't teach this one for free. I paid huge to get this strategy. And the strategy works like magic. You can see how it's respecting all the levels. Don't worry. Brave, I'm in a good mood. I'm going to teach you. Hold on, I need to open the door. Okay, I think this is what the other guy was talking about. Somebody there, how to use lines. But for you to understand how to use line, you need to have a strategy that works. This rectangle strategy will show you the pivot levels, will show you support line and all the line, and it respects it. So let me use GBP USD. I'm going to clean this. I'll clean this. Okay, let me clean this. Okay, this is another chart. I'll change it to line charts. You can see. Now this market is looking at what happened in the past, is going up, up, up before this breakout, and this will go down. Now, what is the highest? Which one is the recent pullback that you actually saw? You can see here, down to this place, up here, down here, up. So this is the most recent pullback. Or you can as well use this one. This is the most recent one. From here, why is this not highlighting? another zone. Now for me to know what will happen in the future, where is price going to get to? You see, when people call trade, tell you leave this trade is doing, some people call TP 100 pips, 150 pips, 200 pips, and you'll be asking yourself, how do they know that price is going to get there? It's just identifying their zones. By the time I teach you that rectangle strategy, you understand. But before I teach that rectangle strategy, I need to see improvements in your trading style using this one. Then I will know if you want to, if you are capable enough to do rectangle strategy. Because rectangle strategy, stop loss is very high. You need to have a large account before you can do that. So you can see how price respected all the zones, breakouts, retests, continue like that, broke out from it, inside the zone, broke out, retest, sold back to this place. This is still within the resistance zone. So GBP USD, I'm expecting to drop. If I'm going to buy this pair, I will expect it to do what? Break out of this zone, retest, and continue going up. So there's no way you can do your line chart in any pair. Let me move for another pair. Euro card. You see Euro card? And I don't like all this pair because their pullback and their drop is so much. Their pullback and their drop is very too much. You can see this one. This is a recent drop. This is a recent pullback. All these crosses, I don't do crosses. I do more of major pairs. Crosses have rarely so many number of pips. This is where price was consolidating, price broke out. This is a retest, it didn't get to the zone, it dropped. So I'm expecting it to keep dropping. You can see how price is moving here and there. I don't like crosses. Crosses don't have direction. It just goes up, come down. You won't know when it's working or what's happening to it. Now let me try another one. CAD JPY. CAD JPY. I've analyzed this pair before. That's why I still have it here. Oh, look at my zone. You can see how it respected the zone, came out and all that. I must have analyzed it before. Let me look for, okay. I want to see where I analyzed it. Let me delete it. This is the closest one here. Drop, drop. This is the most recent drop here. So you take it up from there, you draw your zone. Mara, please, can you close the kitchen? See what's happening here? So many touches, expecting price to either come down or break it and go up. So it works everywhere with your line. Where I got the strategy from Oran Wright. If you've heard about iMarket Live, he was one that actually taught the strategy, how to identify supply and demand zone. That's what he uses alone in trading. Nothing more. Price action, supply and demand, support and resistance zones. And in America now, he has bought his house from Forex trading, bought cash fully paid, bought cars. These are people that have over 13 years experience in the Forex markets. Proven. Christopher Derry, you can go and check him out. $27 to $27,800 in 2 weeks. Break and retest. He does nothing till date. break and retest. You see this price that dropped here. If there's no retest like this, he will never enter this trade from here to here. That's how disciplined he is. This drop here, he will not enter it until he sees a retest. If he doesn't see a retest in his zone, he won't get it. He won't enter the trade. So you must be very disciplined if you need to make money. It's not you're saying the thing is running, you're saying, look at all the pips that is happening in the market. How can I leave it? No. You have to get a strategy and stick to your strategy. Anyone that works for you. But the thing about Forex trading is what? Resistance and what? Support. Price must surely bounce out of it. You see those zones? Price will definitely bounce out of those zones. It either breaks it or does what? Or respects it. And any zone that price keeps respecting, retail traders' mindsets. Why use the most recent pullback to identify the zone? Because you ask yourself, why did it happen here? You can see that as I used this one and I drew my rectangle back, so many things happened in that area. Look at the area. There was a zone here as well. It broke out, it still came back there. It retested here. Couldn't break out of the zone here. It came back. There was a consolidation until it broke out. That means to show you that there's something in this area between. That's why I love using the most recent one. But when I want to use in the future what will happen, I will use the one at the back. You can see between here and here, this place, something is happening in the market. That zone is very strong. The government, the Japanese government and the Canadian government are actually doing something that's making price to be here, are the market makers. Now, if I want to know what will happen here or here, it's for me to go back to my line chart and click on the past pullback. The past pullback here for this drop was this one. You can see it here. It was going up, dropped, continue here, dropped again. If I want to continue down here, I'll look for the most recent past one, which is this one here. This one here, there's so many activities here. Look at the zone here. See touch here, see the touch here. So look at the touches here. So if I pick it and pick my most recent drop, you've captured everything in that particular area. That's why it's good to use the most recent one. Then for the future, I'm using this one. I've not just captured what happened there. I've captured what happened here and here. Put it on the line chart. You'll see all the activities, even the gap. You see the activities here. So if this price is going to come down now, this is where it's going to come down to. 77,836. I'm expecting this area to be my take profit before it bounce and go back up. You can see here too, price respected here. It respected here. It broke out, retested before it did this journey. It came here again, consolidated here, came to this zone. It was rejected. It came back here. It was rejected. It went back here. It did a pullback. It was just, the price is actually confused in this area, but it's respecting those zones. It keeps going back and forth like that. Are you seeing it? Ma, I don't understand the pullback for that long drop. What pullback? What pullback are you talking about? You mean this? This gap here? Are you talking about this gap? Adisa? Which pullback are you talking about? Long drop, please. Which pullback are you talking about? Can you explain it? The one in front, the pullback at the top of the extreme sell. Okay, this one here. Okay, let me make the. Are you talking about this one where my cursor is now? Can you type on the chat box before I? Are you talking about this here? Okay, good. You don't understand it. It's a pullback. Let me. But it's still within the resistance zone. Let me show you. See what happened here. Look at it here. That's why the market, I said the market don't move in a straight line as you want it to move. I don't like this. Okay, that is it. Look at it here. Bound, took it down, drop. That's the pullback there. But still within the what resistance zone. Like me, I won't enter this trade because as soon as it broke out of my zone, it did not retest, it started dropping. So I'll leave it and go for a high probability trade for myself. This thing, the cost of this thing is news. If you click on this thing and go to your Forex factory, you see that there was a news that happened that made this thing to happen like this. It was a fundamental news that actually reacted that the market dropped this way. Because the people that the currency that normally reacts that way when it comes to news, JPY, GBP USD, NZD, when there's a high news for that pair, see them dropping like wildfire. If you remember sometime 2000 and if you are trading by that time, 2018, January 1st, there was a big gap in the market, 600 pips gap, all JPY pairs. So those are the things that happen when it comes to JPY pairs, 6 gaps. It was so massive that so many people blew their accounts. So that's how JPY pairs react to. So this thing happened was based on a fundamental news that happened in the market. He pulled back at the top of the extreme middle. Yes, all right, I get it now. Yes, you can see the big gap. See the back gap. That's how they react when you JPY pairs. It was news that actually made this to work this way. Yes, 2018. As soon as after December 31st, 1st of January, boom. I made money because I was on the trend. But my friend lost, I think she lost over $2,500. That's just for that 600 pips. Because she trades mostly JPY and pounds. She was trading pounds, Japanese yen, Canadian dollars, Japanese yen, AD, Australian dollars, Japanese yen. So she was against the trend. The thing cleared the other accounts. But me, I was on a sell on that pair, ADU JPY and CAD JPY. Then we're trading all the pairs. And when the drop happened, I made, I think, 100% of my accounts for just that move. So that's how it happens to some currency pairs. So you need to study how pairs are going before you can decide to. I don't like crosses. Anything that don't have USD, I don't do it anymore. It doesn't interest me. Just look at how this one is moving. See the small candle on 4 hours. Just imagine. You have to be so patient for this thing to give you what it wants to give you. Can you see the way it's doing? Just small candles. It's annoying. Look at it. So I can't sit down and say I'm trading this one. But if you see GBP, AUD, all the pounds pair, there's a direction. I'm either going up, just look at how beautiful this is. I'm coming down. This is rectangle strategy. Respecting all the lines, coming down, respecting it, going up, just like that. You trade with peace of mind. So this is for it. I said I was going to show you how to use Fibonacci. Okay, now good. Let's use this. If you understand the other parts on how to draw your resistance zone using line chart, please type 5 in the chat box. We're taking so much time. I know people are tired. Joanne, okay, good. Who else? Johnson, the third person, good. Now let's go to Fibonacci. You know, some people will say, how will I know that the retest has been done? The very important number in the Fibonacci is 1. Hope you're writing it down. 38.2, that's the strongest. 50% and 61.8. If there's a pullback on a higher time frame from daily, weekly, and monthly, this 3 time frame, if you draw your Fibonacci, maybe you are going for a sell and you draw your Fibonacci from the top to the bottom, and you saw that there was a reversal to 38.2, have it in mind that that pair is going to do what? continue going short. There's going to be a long continuation from that direction. Christopher Derrick, CEO, iMarket Life. That's where he's perfecting. He taught us that. So now let me draw my fib with this. This is a 4 hours time frame. If I want to know how far this thing can go, you pick from the highest points to the lowest what? Point. This is my Fibonacci color. No, I don't know. Can you people see it? Let me change it back to the normal. I don't know who send me to do all this color. How can I reset this thing? And I'm not a techie person. I will just maintain my lane. Okay, let's just manage it anyway. Let me reset it so we'll see it clearly. Okay, beautiful. You can see my fib. I drew from the highest point here towards the lowest point. And price reacted to where? I need to change this thing. Even me, I can't even see it. Can you see my numbers in my Fibonacci? Select default. So I can speak brokenly, of course. What should I recap? Oh? Somebody said I should recap. I don't understand. Okay, someone is teaching me how to change it. Oh, we have 15 minutes to go on this call. It will end the numbers you called. Okay, yeah. All right, teach me and watch it. Okay, click on property. What should I click on again? Gray. Okay. I want it to just reset. If I can just reset it to black, everything. Okay, black. Where should I click on reset? I'm not even seeing the reset. Okay, I need to change everything to black here, Abby. Let me just be changing it to black. This Oyibo one I did on my own. I don't understand. I don't know who sent me. Well, let me change it to the color I know. Please just give me a few minutes. We have a few minutes to go here. You can see it better now, Abby. Okay, good. So price retested where? You can see at the 50% on the Fibonacci. Okay, beautiful. So now, you can only draw your fib when you see this breakout. You can only draw your Fibonacci when there's a breakout. Please let me make everything black. Who sent me to do this kind of while I have only 15 minutes on this call. Whoa, sorry, just wait more. This color that food this place. Why it gives me color blindness. Just 2 minutes. Okay, good. Now you can see if you want to send a sell limit on this trade, let me change the color of this, my zone, to red. Hey, better. If you want to change the color, you want to know where to put your sell limit. Let's, for instance, you saw the breakout of this zone, and you tell yourself, how am I going to know where to set my sell limits? You draw your Fibonacci from the highest points, the top, the most high there, which is this one I did. Let me delete it so I can try it again. You pick your Fibonacci, you draw from here up to this place. You can either use 50% or what, 61.8. But for a longer time frame, when you see a pullback, the price has gotten to 38.2, it indicates that that reversal is not a strong reversal. Means that there's a tendency that if it stops here, price is going to continue on that trend, which is a long trend. Now, if you want to put your sell limits, your target here is what? 50% or 61.8. Most times I always use 50% because sometimes it might get to 61.8, sometimes it might not get to 61.8. Some people prefer to use 61.8. Or I write, one of my mentor uses 61.8. He loves 61.8. But what I do most times, I put first sell limit 50%, second sell limit 61.8 if I want to do that. So I'm going to have two entries. So it activates the two. The one that activated first will have a shorter take profit. The one that activated last will have a what? Higher take profit. You know, if you are doing this thing, you have to think of what? Your capital. That's why I don't like all this. I don't like more of using all these things to know. I just like to use my break and retest. So instead of me waiting for this thing to happen, I'll just wait for a retest and do what? And sell my stuff gingerly without any trouble. So this one broke out now, retested here. What I will do is just to sell, collect my 50 pips, collect my 100 pips, leave the market, wait for another opportunity. Like today, I was buying gold. As soon as I saw what happened in the market, I said this gold is going to go down a bit before it goes up. And what did I do? I closed my buy. And as I speak, it started dropping. But I've already taken my money and I left the market. So that's how it is when you're doing this. Your Fibonacci, if you're drawing from looking for a buy, you draw from here up to the highest point. You know, for a sell, you start from the top to what? From the top down, because you're selling, you're expecting price to do what? Drop. But if you're buying from the low to the high, if you're selling from high to the low, you see this, if you're buying from here to here. So you're expecting price to do what? Retest on your 50% and continue, or 61% and continue going what? Further up. That's the work of Fibonacci. Fibonacci is just to help you know the place where price is going to get to first and do what? A pullback. After the pullback is done, then it starts going in its own direction. That's the work of Fibonacci. And I talked about DXY. Okay, yes, this DXY. DXY is the strength. Amara, please close that kitchen. DXY is the strength of dollars. It's called US dollars currency index. If you can draw your support and resistance zone here, if this currency is buying, means that dollars is strong. But as it's dropping like this, every other pair that is paired with dollars will do what? Dollars is weak. So this drop we saw here, that was when gold, you can use it against gold. You see this drop that happened here? That is when you saw gold buying all that thing that it was buying. Let me reduce this. You see this, the way gold is buying here? Dollars was weak. Let me reduce this one as well. This one as well. This is the strength of what? Now it's sitting. This is D1. I'm expecting it to do what? Drop to this support. If this price drop to this support, gold is coming to $2,000, over $2,000. So for you to know what to trade, if you are pairing any USD pair, come to DXY. Go to your trading flow, type DXY, US dollars. Every pair have their own. I think pounds is BXY, British pounds currency. You can see it. As it's dropping, it's losing its value. Pounds is losing value. But if it's increasing, pounds is doing what? Gaining what? Strength. So many other pair, DXY should be, okay, yeah. Euro is EXY. Yeah, Euro, EXY. That's for Euro. I see I drew it. Oh, not be today. Oh. See what I drew. I know I drew this thing like how many years ago. Let me check what I wrote here. Oh, look at now. This is like 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, that I drew this. I drew this thing. Close below and sell. It was around here. I said if you close below my trend line and sell, euro weak. If you close above and buy, euro is what? Strong. This was when I did it. How many years ago? This is about 2 years ago. And price is still expecting that line I drew. It has not broken it out. So I think I've explained everything I said I was going to explain. What about 15 minutes time frame? Yes, you can use 15. I told you I can draw your support and resistance on 15 on any time frame. Any time frame. You can draw your support and resistance on any time frame. So thank you very much. The next class will be structure on how to identify structures, head and shoulder, V bottom, and all that. Structures also help too because they are also support and resistance. So thank you. We started this class 9 o'clock. This is 11:25. We've really tried. Please, can we have this on YouTube? Yes, it will be on YouTube. Fibonacci. This class is going to close. Okay, let me tell you about Fibonacci with this diagram I did here. Like now, if I want to know how far this thing will drop, because this is going up from here, I'll draw my feed from here up to this place. Maybe I'll teach it next time. I'm really tired, okay? I'll be posting a lot of my zones trial. Please, anything that you practice, just post it, okay? I'm tired. Post it, what you've learned, post it in the group. We'll do our reviews and all that on how to identify your support. Post it using your line charts. Don't post it using your own, your candles. Post it using your line charts, then we will take it up from there. Thank you very much and God bless you. Femi, please, can you end the meeting? Thank you for those who stayed back. It really showed that you really want to learn. Yes, line chart tomorrow. Identify it using line chart. Post it in the group, not candles. Say your students say don't tire. Femi, are you on the line?
I'm there. I'm here.
Please, you can end the chat. Thank you.
All right, we end in about 3 minutes, so we can still maximize the 3 minutes.
All right. Thank you, everybody.